Good afternoon. I brought with me a nemesis. This had brought the internet on its knees about a month and a half ago, where about 1.5 million of those devices were hacked and used to stop eBay, Twitter, and some other less important websites. This is what we're trying to solve. How to protect endpoint devices that has very, very limited resources, like CPU, energy, and battery, and cannot allow latency. And there are about $34 billion of those devices in the making the IoT revolution something that poses a huge compromise and a huge door to hackers worldwide. So internet, the IoT economy is booming. It is a revolution which is happening. There are 7 billion devices today. There will be more than 30 billion devices by 2020. And many of them are not those sophisticated devices. So CPU, that was a commodity until now with the mobile phones revolution, is now taking us 20 years back. Those devices do not have the CPU, does not have the computing power or the abilities to run complicated and advanced systems to protect from hackers. And those hackers can be, can be from those who are trying to steal the data, trying to destroy the assets, or access from multiple reasons into those IoT devices. Everybody's rushing, of course, into the automotive, but that's not the only industry. You have automotive, you have drones, you have water plants, you have nuclear plants, you have servers that went down just because there are billions of unprotected devices. And the attack vectors are 3. I can access this device just because I want to use this very low resources device to enter the network and attack it. I can destroy this device. Not this, I didn't want to bring with me a car and a drone and air condition, but there are multiple billions of devices that if I hack them, I can destroy them. And if I can destroy the IoT device that is running the car, or the drone, or even a plane, I will bring it down. And the other thing is to harness those devices to make a third-party attacks. So the challenge is, how do I protect the endpoint device? And this is the expert's opinion. They need to protect the device itself. They need to protect the ability to update that remotely. They need to protect the data stored inside, and the ability to protect it, all the software which is deeply embedded. So let's define the question and try to find an answer. We need to protect deeply embedded devices that has limited CPU, limited energy, and cannot tolerate latency. The way Nanosec works is providing a first line of defense. Many of the current solutions are providing a detection. They detect anomalies, so it was after the infection. We prevent the infection before it happens. So what we do is prevent the ability to write malware or destructive software into the device with no CPU, no latency, and very minimal resources. And those attacks can be manipulating, meaning putting hard malicious code, stop the device from working, because if I can stop a plane, it will fall down. It's erasing the data. So there are different vectors of attacking this very poor and limited device. We stop it before it happens. And there's another vector. And the next vector is, what if the attacker has a physical access to the device? When you have 30+ billion devices out there, many of them are exposed to somebody coming and taking the data out or putting a new data inside. So the ability to physically access the device itself is a new vector of attack. So we're providing a first line of defense, preventing the ability to manipulate the data within an IoT device. How do we do that? We combine a hardware and a software solution. The hardware is a packaged memory that is being used here, and the memory consists of a flash that we buy off the shelf from known vendors like Samsung and SanDisk that we work with, and we provide a small piece of software inside the package. We add to that a management layer that interfaces with the organizations who are working with the device. I'm understanding that if the CISO or the IT manager cannot imply their policies on the device, it will not work. So we're providing an end-to-end solution, from protecting the device to providing a management tool and a managed suite to the managers on top, and a set of value-added services, understanding decisions come from the IT managers protecting the device below. Features. We provide a read or write-only device. It could be, and for multiple markets, you can find different needs. For IoT or for sensors, you need many times, it's a read-only, so the sensor can provide the data, but it's not allowing any writes into it. This is some of the requirements of some of our customers. In the medical, it's the opposite. You want to be able to write into the system, yet not being able to read the data if somebody has access to it. There's no power consumption. It's extremely minimal. There's no latency. It works within nanoseconds. There's no CPU required, and more so, we can work in environments where there are multiple CPUs from multiple vendors. We're providing a secured OTA, over-the-air update, meaning the device can receive updates from the trusted party, update the device, yet not allow others which are harmful to do that. And last, we can enable an immediate lock of the system if somebody has a physical access or touch the system or try to manipulate that physically. We came to that and we built a team of people, and the first thing that we did was before, even when we had just an idea, is approach some of the customers, interview them, ask what is a true pain point and where's the problem. And we realized together that the problem is and will remain in the next few years the endpoint device. Those poor devices that has no protection today and are the weakest point in the chain. We're a team of people that came from the cyber side, Erez Kreiner, Ren Ram, which is the cyber authority of Israel from the Shabak. Kevin Conley was, and that's a Kevin, not a Keviv, if I may. It was the former CTO of SanDisk until 4 months ago, and he joined our team. Amir Sadeh, that ran another 2 cyber companies. And we built up a team that not only understands the market, can facilitate a company that has a hardware component, a software component, and the ability to sell into an ecosystem which is very challenging. Where do we stand today? We have 2 POCs, one with a car maker, when we replace the secure boot within the car. Another one is with an industrial controller company. That's on the POC side. We have collaborations with 2 out of the 5 memory makers. One of them is on a strategic level, one of them is a little bit more tactical level. We have work that we're doing in Asia on a state level. It's a country level on IoT, and I'm happy to say that they're becoming our strategic investor in the company. So we are moving now from an idea into a POC together with customers where the next year is going to be dedicated to constant development with 2 design partners in order to bring a product that is not only viable, needed, and that there are 2 customers at the minimum that will buy the product right after we succeed and finish the R&D. So we're addressing a $30 billion devices market, and we like to think that if the IoT is the new gold rush, we're the company who's providing the shovel. Everybody will need that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nano. Yeah, we have.